Tesla, a manufacturer of electric vehicles and a business devoted to promoting sustainability. Since the start, it recognises that climate change is a serious problem. The company's vision for the future is to change its supply chain operations to be ahead of its competition. It is the company's actions to address climate change which have led to its success. Climate change is a challenge that the company has always been able to address, but on the other hand, the company has been through its own challenges as well. What follows is a summary of the issues that Tesla went through because of climate change, the measures it implemented, as well as the mathematics of those measures.
Supply chain vulnerabilities due to climate change. Climate change poses significant risks to Tesla's global supply chain, especially with extreme weather events, resource scarcity, and disruptions in transportation networks. This has become increasingly evident in recent years, with flooding, wildfires, and heat waves affecting various regions where Tesla sources critical materials or manufactures components. For example, extreme weather. Events like hurricanes, floods, and wildfires can disrupt both manufacturing facilities and transportation logistics, delaying production and delivery. Certain critical raw materials like lithium, cobalt, and nickel are not only essential for EV batteries, but are also affected by environmental factors, including mining impacts and regulatory pressures around sustainable mining practices. Tesla has taken a number of steps to fortify its supply chain in light of climate risks, such as vertical integration and localized sourcing. Tesla has focused on reducing its reliance on external suppliers and bringing more operations in-house, for example, manufacturing batteries in-house through its gigafactories. This helps the company reduce vulnerability to global supply chain disruptions and maintain more control over its materials sourcing and manufacturing processes. Sustainable sourcing. Tesla has been actively working to ensure that the materials used in its EV batteries and vehicles are sourced responsibly. The company has developed initiatives to reduce dependence on rare earth metals and increase the use of more abundant and more sustainable materials like lithium and nickel. Tesla has even announced plans to mine certain materials directly, helping to bypass supply chain challenges and reduce environmental impacts. The results and implications of this are reduced vulnerability. By integrating more of its supply chain, Tesla can mitigate the effects of climate-related disruptions on production and delivery schedules. Tesla's increased focus on sustainable sourcing of materials positions it as a leader in responsible supply chain management, helping to avoid supply bottlenecks while also aligning with environmental goals. However, challenges remain in ensuring that the practices are consistently sustainable, especially as demand for raw materials continues to grow.
Carbon footprint of production and operations. As one of the largest electric vehicle manufacturers in the world, Tesla faces increasing scrutiny over its carbon footprints. While electric vehicles themselves emit low amount of carbons over their life cycle, the production of electric vehicles, particularly the battery manufacturing process, still generates a lot of emissions. The extraction and processing of raw materials contribute to carbon emission. The action they took is to put great effort in reducing the environmental impact of its operation. Such action is its renewable energy use. Tesla powers its factories and other operations using renewable energy. In fact, the company's factory in Nevada is partially powered by solar energy, and Tesla's commitment to renewable energy extends beyond its manufacturing to its production lines, such as solar roofs. The battery manufacturing innovations. Tesla has invested in new battery technologies that are more energy efficient and have lower environmental impact. Recycling and circular economy. Tesla is working to improve battery recycling, an essential step of reducing environmental harm. The company aims to reduce and reuse materials like lithium and cobalt from used batteries, helping to reduce the need for fresh extraction and minimize waste. The results of these implications are a lower carbon footprint. The shift towards renewable energy at Tesla's facilities and innovations in battery technologies have the potential to significantly reduce the company's carbon emissions. However, the challenge remains in ensuring that the supply chain of raw materials also becomes more sustainable. Leadership in sustainability. Tesla's initiative in renewable energy and battery recycling not only improve in operational sustainability, but also reinforce its brand as a leader in green technology and environmental stewardship.
Resource scarcity and geopolitical risks problem. Tesla is highly dependent on a global network of suppliers for key components, and many of these materials come from regions that are experiencing environmental stress and geopolitical instability. For example, cobalt is primarily mined in the Democratic Republic of the Congo, a country where there are concerns about human rights and environmental degradation. The action Tesla can take is number one, strategic partnerships and diversified sourcing. Tesla has sought to mitigate these risks by diversifying its supply base and seeking partnerships with suppliers who follow ethical and environmentally responsible practices. The company also works to establish long-term contracts for raw materials, securing access to critical resources and reducing exposure to price volatility. Another way is investment in mining operations. Tesla has explored directly investing in mining operations to secure its supply of critical materials. For instance, Tesla has announced interest in securing a steady supply of lithium and other key materials to support its growing battery production needs. The implications of this are risk mitigation. By diversifying suppliers and securing material contracts, Tesla aims to reduce the risk of supply shortages and price volatility that can arise from geopolitical events or resource scarcity. Although Tesla has made strides towards responsible sourcing, it continues to face public scrutiny regarding the ethical implications of sourcing materials from conflict zones or regions with weak environmental protections.
Regulatory pressure and evolving standards problems. Governments around the world are increasingly implementing regulations designed to combat climate change. These regulations affect Tesla's operations in multiple ways. Environmental regulations. As manufacturer, Tesla faces stricter environmental regulations regarding emissions and waste management, especially as it ramps up production. Carbon disclosure requirements. With rising pressure for business to disclose their carbon emissions and environmental impacts, Tesla must comply with evolving regulations, particularly in Europe and the US. The actions they took. Sustainability reporting. Tesla produces annual impact reports detailing its efforts to reduce emissions, manage waste, and increase of sustainability of its operations. These reports are essential for maintaining transparency and meeting regulatory requirements. Proactive advocacy. Tesla has also played an active role in lobbying for favourable policies related to electric vehicles. battery recycling and renewable energy. This allows the company to stay ahead of the curve as regulatory framework evolves. Results of these implications are regulatory compliances. Tesla's proactive approach to sustainability reporting and compliance helps the company avoid fines and reputational risks associated with non-compliance. Industry leadership. By embracing sustainability regulations and engaging with policymakers, Tesla positions itself as an industry leader and continues to set a high standard for others in the automotive and energy sectors.
Finally, in response to the growing focus on climate change, Tesla has taken significant actions in its supply chain management to ensure resilience, sustainability, and alignment with global environmental goals. While the company faces numerous challenges, including climate-related disruptions, resource scarcity, and regulatory pressures, its focus on vertical integration, renewable energy, sustainable sourcing, and innovation in battery technology positions it well to navigate these risks. The result of Tesla's actions have reduced a more resilient supply chain, a reduced carbon footprint, and leadership in sustainability. However, the firm must continue to address challenges in resource extraction, ethical sourcing, and maintaining a transparent and sustainable supply chain as it scales its operations globally.